There are some words he's grown fond of since being named the head coach at Tennessee. Words like intensity and defense. It's a great team play. And the word around Big Orange country is his philosophy is starting to work.
Evo, good job, baby, good job.
But there's another team from Tennessee, a team that hopes to have the last word today, East Tennessee State. In recent years, the Bucks have had the upper hand against their neighborhood rival. But if they think they're going to leave Thompson Bowling Arena with a victory today, this man would like to have a word with them.
Let's go to work. Let's go.
The UTV Network presents University of Tennessee basketball. Live from the Thompson Bowling Arena, it's the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State against the Tennessee Volunteers. Tonight's game on Sports South is brought to you by Beechwood Age Budweiser. It's always been true, this Bud's for you. By State Farm Insurance and the State Farm agents throughout Tennessee. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by your East Tennessee Ford dealers, where you'll find quality people, quality products throughout East Tennessee. Good crowd is coming into the Thompson Bowling Arena for this Sunday afternoon matchup between in-state rivals Tennessee and East Tennessee State. Hi everyone, I'm Bob Kessling. Bert Bertelkamp alongside to analyze today's game. Bert, Tennessee wants to run a half-court controlled game. East Tennessee State up-tempo all the way.
That's right, Bob. I think ETSU is going to try to use their quickness to play a 94-foot game. They'll take a lot of threes and try to spread the floor.
And they've got some guards that can shoot it. It's a very good shooting team overall.
They definitely do. Corey Johnson and Jeff Herman are both proven players that present quite a challenge for the Tennessee perimeter players.
One problem that ETSU has, at least Coach Alan LaForce told us today, he's concerned about Tennessee's inside strength.
I think so. With Steve Hamer, Stanley Caldwell, Tennessee's going to try to hammer the ball inside every chance they get.
And you look at Tennessee, it's a team that's got a victory under its belt already, but still a team trying to find out where exactly they're going. Caldwell and Hamer have been leaders so far, and Kevin O'Neill hopes they're leaders again today. Tennessee looking for back-to-back wins to start the season. Remember last year, Tennessee didn't win back-to-back games all season long. Tennessee against East Tennessee State. Back with the starting lineups from Knoxville in just a moment. Tonight's game on Sports South has been brought to you by First Tennessee Bank. For all your State today from the Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville. The series started back in 1945. Tennessee leads overall 6-2, but East Tennessee State has won the last two games of the series, both here in Knoxville in 1989, 83-70, and in 1992, 87-79. Here are the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for the Buccaneers from East Tennessee State, coached by Alan LaForce. In the middle for the Buccaneers will be Tony Patterson. He's a senior from Flat Lick, Kentucky, averaging 12.5 points per game. The forwards will be Phil Poe, a 6'6 junior out of Raleigh, averaging 9.3 points a game and 6 rebounds per contest. And Robert Doggett, he's basically a guard. They, like Tennessee, will play a 3-guard front. 6'5 senior from Reidsville, North Carolina. Then in the backcourt by Alan LaForce. Now for the Tennessee Volunteers, coached by Kevin O'Neill. Up front, Damon Johnson and Stanley Caldwell. The center is Steve Hamer, the 7-foot junior from Grand Junction, Middleton High School. And in the backcourt, a couple of newcomers for Tennessee, Shane Carnes and Shane Williams. 3 starters, Bert, on the Tennessee roster from the Johnson City area. So a little bit more incentive perhaps for them today.
I think it really is. That's interesting. That really is interesting. You got Carnes from Kingsport and Johnson and Shane Williams from Johnson City. So I guess those guys probably play a lot against each other in the summertime.
No question about that. Talk about their impact on this Tennessee team. The guard's very important.
Oh, it's made a major impact, particularly on the defensive end. Damon Johnson gives them an element of toughness. Shane Williams is really a stable, heady point guard, and I think valuable additions to the team.
Tennessee won its opening game 74-54 over Tennessee Tech, and the Buccaneers are 2-1. They won their opener against Eastern Kentucky, lost to Tennessee State, and then came back the other night and beat Lees-McRae. Set to go. Tony Patterson will jump with Steve Hamer, and the opening tap is controlled by Tennessee. Shane Williams has it into front court. Tennessee likes to pass the ball, Bert, about 5 times before they take a shot.
They really do. They want to try to get a good post up inside if they can and give the guy a chance to get his man pinned on his back.
Carnes works inside, collision, and a foul is going to be called on East Tennessee State. Jeff Herman got out of position and picked up the first foul of the game.
I think a big change you'll see in Steve Hamer's game, Bob, is that he's constantly moving inside, him and Stanley Caldwell both trying to achieve position.
Hamer's still bothered by the bad knees, but they've really made an effort to cut down his practice time to make sure his knees are feeling at least good so he can get a full practice out of it. Ball knocked out of bounds. Fresh shot clock, so 27 seconds left. And neither team has gotten a shot off just yet. That's Shane Williams, the point guard. Carnes is number 11, the off guard, and Damon Johnson has it now inside to Hamer.
That's what Tennessee wants to do every chance they get, right there.
And that was Alan LaForce's biggest nightmare, going inside to Hamer. They don't really have anybody who can match up with him. Patterson, tough shot. He shot it behind the backboard. Good defense by Hamer.
Yeah, he really did play good defense. Tennessee is, and Kevin O'Neal was known for superposition defense at Marquette, and he's bringing that down to Tennessee. I think everybody's going to notice that throughout the season.
A lot of coaches around the country are talking about the hand check rule as Damon Johnson blows to the basket. Super shot. Great move.
That's going to be a good matchup, him and Doggett, all night long, I believe.
We're talking about the hand check, and though both coaches and the officials say it's a point of emphasis this year, so some of the coaches, like Kevin O'Neal, have had to adjust their style a little bit to cut down on the hand checking. So watch for that today. 4-0 Tennessee.
There's the three we were talking about.
Doggett nails it. 4-3 Tennessee.
I don't think they're going to hesitate a bit to shoot it deep every chance they get. That's their game.
And East Tennessee State is hitting 43% of their three-point shots on the season. That's an outstanding percentage. Here's Hamer again inside. Hamer again. And a foul underneath. Steve Hamer missed two close-in shots, and Tennessee fouls on the rebound. Foul is going to be on Stanley Caldwell. That'll be his first. Bert, one big difference in the Tennessee attack though this year, the aggressiveness.
It really is true. Kevin O'Neal stresses that every practice. It's play hard and play 100% of the time, and I think it's come out as much in Stanley Caldwell as anybody. You'll see him hustling all over the board.
Another three in the air, and the Bucks lead.
These guys can play, I tell you. Their perimeter people are tough. Here they come with a little token press.
Back-to-back threes. Corey Johnson hits that one, and the Buccaneers lead at 6-4. Tennessee trying to pound it inside. Damon Johnson. Both teams have been man-to-man. Williams. Damon Johnson. Inside Caldwell. Good look.
ETSU's going to have trouble if they continue to give up that baseline like that. It looks almost like they're forcing him that way. Bob, this should be an excellent game. We got two well-matched-up teams here, I think.
Both will play three guards, then try and get their big men to rebound inside. There's Kevin O'Neal in his first year at Tennessee. Played his college basketball at McGill up in Montreal. Graduated from there in 1977. Youngest coach in the SEC. There's a hook shot down low by Patterson, and it's good, and he's fouled. And the Bucks take the lead back.
Patterson's a player who's had a lot of injury problems throughout his career, but he's an excellent player. He's got a lot of skill, as you can see here with his jump hook, and I talked to the coach yesterday. He's got a lot of passing ability. He's just a good player. Finally, he's healthy. He should really be good.
Hamer picks up the foul. That's his first, Tennessee's second foul, and now Patterson goes to the line. Got his first start of the season against Lees McRae the other night. As Bert said, he's been bothered by injuries, and he gets the touch on the free toss. So the Bucks have three three-point plays, two shots, and a three-point play with a foul. They lead it by 3-9-6. There's a hand check. And Corey Johnson picks up his first foul.
You're right about that hand check. That's going to be interesting. Every ref's going to interpret it a little bit differently, and the coaches probably aren't going to like it that much. It's going to be very tough on them.
We talked to Kevin O'Neal before the game about it. He said yesterday in the UCLA-Kentucky game, they let him just basically put boxing gloves on, didn't call anything. So it depends on the officiating crew. Hamer inside, and that's going to be a push on the back by Patterson.
That's where Tennessee wants it, right there. If they continue to get it in deep like that, Hamer's going to have a field day. I wouldn't be surprised to see ETSU go a little zone here.
Damon Johnson out to Shane Williams, and Tennessee sets up the attack. ETSU has gone into a zone.
Yeah,
Good call.
they're in a 2-3. I think they'll shade Shane Carnes' side. He's the better perimeter shooter.
Caldwell outside over the backboard and out of play. Caldwell hit 3 3-pointers in the opener against Tennessee Tech. That matched his entire output for last year. 16:50 to go first half, and the Bucks with the ball lead by 3. Corey Johnson, an off guard last year, switched to the point this season with pretty good results so far. Johnson and Williams, they play against each other sometimes in the summer up in Johnson City. Herman explodes to the basket, tough shot, and Carnes comes out of there with a rebound. Not a good shot. Damon Johnson. Now to Shane Williams.
There's Hamer again. He's got good position.
He brings it down, and they take it away from him. And the Bucks have got the ball back. Nine to 6, East Tennessee State leads it. And there's a jumper way outside. Going to be no good. And Caldwell gets the rebound.
Stanley really's got a nose for the ball. His rebounding this year so far has been outstanding.
Boy, Doggett let that one fly from three-point range. NBA three-point range.
They got Damon on a push.
Bert, that was a concern for Kevin O'Neill before the game because of the lack of depth, the foul situation, and they got in trouble against Tennessee Tech in the second half especially. So Tennessee regrouping during a timeout now. 15:50 to go. Here in this first half, Bucks lead by 3. Participating JCPenney stores throughout Tennessee. The Bucks on a 9-2 run. Caldwell tries to take it away, and the Tennessee Volunteers do steal it. Caldwell. That's an offensive foul.
That's a tough call. That's a tough call. After a great hustle play like Stanley made. Here the guy, I don't know if he's got position or not. It looks like he was moving, Bob.
But Corey Johnson draws the foul on Stanley Caldwell, and that's 2 quick ones on Stanley Caldwell, and that's a big blow for Tennessee.
That is a blow. I know on the positive side, though, Coach O'Neill likes that hustle and that effort Stanley gave on that play.
So Edric Bohannon comes in. And so Hamer and Bohannon in the lineup at the same time for Tennessee. Bohannon, the 6'9 sophomore out of San Bernardino, California, the transfer from Arizona. Sat out last year.
The fans will be interested to see what Bohannon can do. There's been a lot of talk about him from last year.
Carnes gets the rebound for Tennessee. The Volunteers down 3. Bucks have gone back to the man-to-man. Johnson to the basket. They take it away again. Good strip that time. I think reach again. Doggett got a hand on it.
ETSU switching up defenses. I think it's kind of confusing Tennessee a little bit.
Patterson forces his way in. The ball knocked free, and Carnes runs it down in the corner. 9-6, East Tennessee State. Hamer inside. Tough to stop in there, but he misses the shot. Bohannon is fouled going up.
Tennessee's getting the ball inside, I'll tell you that.
Bert, pretty much what we expected. High intensity from both teams.
It really is. Tennessee's pushing the ball up a little faster than I thought they would, but they are going inside. I think Coach O'Neill's probably going to tell Steve Hamer he needs to be going towards the basket instead of away from the basket. With his size, he ought to be trying to dunk it.
Jeff Herman picks up his second foul. Steve Hamer goes out of the lineup. In for the Bucks comes Andy Pennington, a gunner out of Madisonville, Tennessee.
Andy's a very good shooter. They'll have to watch him closely.
And now at the line, and missing is Edric Bohannon. Randy Dotson has also come in for the Bucks. He's a fine shooter, a freshman out of Herndon, Virginia. So changes here. 6 minutes into the game. Shot by Bohannon is good. It's a 2-point East Tennessee State lead. 9-7. Look how quickly the Bucks get in the front court. Doggett has the ball knocked away. Damon Johnson scrambles after it. They save it, and a jumper is good on the outside by Pennington.
Andy knows where that three-point line is, I can assure you.
That's their third three-pointer of the afternoon. You heard a lot of the Madisonville folks here cheering for Andy Pennington on that one. 5-point East Tennessee State lead.
They're 2-3 zone now, Bob. They recognize they got a problem inside.
And Carnes' shot goes over the backboard, retrieved by Bohannon, but he walks. Bert, that's an interesting call. The backboard is in play as long as it doesn't hit anything back
there. Yeah, that's right. As long as it doesn't hit one of the braces, it is in play. And sometimes
players
looks
give
a little
up
funny. Yeah, players give up on it, and they should.
Damon Johnson goes out, and Aliko Dunk is into the game for Tennessee. Tennessee with 4 turnovers in the game, and the Bucks have taken care of the ball pretty well. They have 1 in the first 6 minutes.
Several of those turnovers, though, are hustle plays, and I think that's the kind you like to see.
Doggett, guarded by Carnes. Doggett. Good defensive play that time. Carnes forces the turnover.
You can attribute that to the defense. They had excellent help on the drive. That was a forced turnover for sure.
Junior Floyd now comes in for East Tennessee State. And taking his heel will be Robert Doggett. There's a Lico dunk. He was recruited by Kevin O'Neill while he was at Marquette, and then they kind of backed off him a little bit, and then when O'Neill took the Tennessee job, one of the first guys he called was Lico Dunk to see if he's still available.
Lico didn't like that weather up there in Milwaukee.
Now, he was going to go to George Washington, it looked like, after Marquette backed off, and now he's happy to be at Tennessee. Dunk.
Nice penetration by Dunk.
Inside, Bohannon. Can't get it to go, but draws the foul, and will go back to the free throw line where he's 1 of 2 this afternoon.
Tennessee so far is doing a real good job around the perimeter, making passes, shifting from side to side, and then that middle is getting open. They need to convert those.
Tennessee 3 of 10 now from the field, 1 of 2 at the line, and the Bucks are 4 out of 9. And perfect at the free throw stripe. Bohannon back. He's now 2 of 5 on the season at the stripe. And hits that one right through her. 12-8. East Tennessee State leads. And he rattles them both home. 3 free throws for Bohannon in the game. And it's a 3-point game, 12-9. 13-20 as you see in the first half. Pennington.
ETSU's got excellent ball movement.
And a 3-second violation called down low on Phil Poe.
Coach DeForest won't be happy with that. You don't see 3 seconds that often.
So Tennessee has a chance to tie with a 3-point shot. The Volunteers' biggest lead early was 4-0. And the Bucks' biggest lead has been 5. They drop it down low. Bohannon. Shot blocked and a foul call. Poe got a hand on it. Also got him with a body. And so Bohannon goes back to the line.
Bohannon got excellent position inside, as you can see, and a very, very good pass. And he took it to the goal strong. That's what you want. You got to take it to the bucket and draw that foul.
So Bohannon now goes to the line. He's 3 of 4 there this afternoon. Some subs coming in for the Buccaneers. That's Herman, 23. Corey Johnson, 21, back in, and Doggett. So the 3 starting guards come back in.
You know, one sure sign of a guy who shoots a lot of free throws is he's active and he's doing a lot of good things. And so far, Ettrick is really getting after it inside. And I think if he does that, it'll really help Tennessee throughout the season.
Had 5 points in the Tennessee victory over Tennessee Tech to open things. And that's a little too strong. 13:01 to go in this first half. Tennessee trying to close within 2. And Bohannon gets the bounce on that one. 4 free throws for Bohannon in the game. And it's a 2-point East Tennessee State lead. And now a whistle away from the ball. A foul. It's going to be on Bohannon as he fouled Patterson down low. That's Bohannon's first. A lot of contact underneath.
Yeah, I think free throw shooting is going to be a factor in this game for sure. Tennessee's already shot a bunch of 2-shot fouls, but we're going to be in the 1-and-1 here before long the way it's going.
Kevin Witt is now into the game for Tennessee, replacing Hamer. Patterson working on Bohannon. Williams rebounds and pushes it up for Tennessee. The Volunteers could tie with a 2-point shot. Bucks changing defenses, aren't they?
Yeah, they are changing, but they've stuck with the 2-3 the last few times. I think Tennessee's going to have to put it up on the outside here before long.
Bohannon again. Witt active on the board. Lots of bodies flying, and the Bucks come out of there with it. Tennessee's back defensively. And Corey Johnson. Look at Shane Williams. He steals it, fouled it. Crowd didn't like it. He had 6 steals in Tennessee's opening game. A little bit of a body there, I guess.
I thought Shane Williams did an excellent job here. It's hard to say if he fouled or not, but he's got a gift of being able to steal the ball. He had 6 in the first game, you said, Bob.
That looked like a clean steal.
It looked good. I never argue with the refs, though.
No. You never did. 12-13 to go. The Buccaneers still lead by 2 here in the first half. Patterson lost it, stepped out of bounds, just lost his concentration for a moment.
That's only their second turnover, I think. This has been a well-played game so far.
Tennessee with 4 turnovers. Tennessee's been active on the boards, too, out-rebounding them 11-4 as Patterson takes a seat for the Buccaneers.
I think they like this 2-3 zone. We're going to have to open it up a little bit from the outside.
Justin McClellan is into the game for East Tennessee State. Hamer working down low. Dunk swings it around right side to Williams.
They're packing it back in now.
Dunk out front. Almost banked it in. Still a 2-point game. East Tennessee State on top. Tennessee only shooting 23% from the field. That jumper's no good. And Shane Williams claims the rebound. Bert, what about Tennessee's shot selection so far?
I think their shot selection's been real good.
Williams.
They haven't made many, but it's been good, and I think they'll start falling.
3 of 14 for Tennessee from the field. Floyd. And that's over the backboard. Well, we've seen 3 of those today.
It's a live ball, I guess.
11-12 to go in the first half. It's a 2-point game. The Buccaneers on top of the Volunteers here in Knoxville, and we'll be back in a moment. By 2, and Coach Kevin O'Neill trying to get his guys going.
Yeah, Bob, I think since he got here this spring and then throughout practice this fall and into the season, Coach O'Neill's preaching playing hard. That's the number one thing I think he's been trying to get across to them, and they're doing that right now. I think they've probably made strides, and I know they've made strides in that area. But you come to their practice, and he spends a lot of time talking about it, what it takes to be good.
And it's every day.
Every day, every minute of every day. When you're wearing the orange, he wants to develop that pride, and I think these guys are responding. I really do.
11 minutes to go in the first half. It's been a low-scoring affair. 2-point East Tennessee State lead. Stanley Caldwell is back into the game. Remember, he left early with 2 fouls, which might be one of the reasons Tennessee's off to kind of a slow start. Caldwell, a very big part of the offense. Dunk. Drops it down low. Caldwell. And he stepped out of bounds.
I think he called walking, didn't he?
Did he call walking?
Maybe he did step out.
The officials today, Gerald Boudreau, who made the call, David Dodge, and Phil Robinson, all of the Southeastern Conference. Approaching the halfway mark of the first half. 22 points scored between the two. East Tennessee State has 12 of them. They swing it around. McClellan going to the basket. Tip no good, and Hamer gets the rebound. That was a tough shot, too.
Real tough shot. Tennessee's doing an excellent job on the defensive board.
They've been stuck on 12-10 for a while. Shane Williams, that rolls in and ties the game. Second time this afternoon we've been tied. First time was at 6-all. McClellan, they back off him. Doesn't challenge Hamer this time. Now they clear out again.
Tennessee's making ETSU work.
And now Hamer gets called, pushing Justin McClellan. That's his second foul. So Caldwell and Hamer each with 2. Tarrance coming back into the game. That's also coming back in.
I think that's got to make Coach LaForce happy that Hamer and Caldwell got 2 fouls. That could be a big factor later on.
Well, those are the 2 guys he really keyed on early.
You can't play hard with 2 fouls in the first half.
12-12 is their score, 9:44 remaining. And at the line will be Justin McClellan. And that gives the Buccaneers the lead back. His first point of the afternoon. He's a junior out of Cookville.
He's a very active player.
And McClellan has another one. And that is rolling in, and the Bucs lead by 2. It's now 14-12, East Tennessee State.
ETSU's doing a good job. They're very active in their zone. A lot of times the team goes into the zone and they stand around. But they're really moving.
And they're also keeping somebody in front of Bohannon all the time. Baseline jumper Caldwell way over the mark. And the rebound is corralled by Robert Doggett. Doggett goes around Damon Johnson and scores.
He's a player.
Yep.
He is definitely a player. He's a transfer from Wake Forest. He's very quick, very athletic.
Bucks on a 4-0 run, lead at 16-12. Bert, their quickness defensively has really been impressive.
It really has. They move really well in that zone. We're going to have to open it up from the outside. Somebody's going to have to hit some shots.
Williams follows his shot and gets the rebound. Tennessee now is 4 of 17, 0 of 6 from three-point range. Bad pass, and Williams retrieves it. Shot clock, they reset it, so Tennessee's got plenty of time.
Well, you know, the shots they're taking are good shots. You just got to keep taking them, and you got to have the confidence you're going to start hitting them sooner or later.
Damon Johnson. The Carnes, he's open, and hits a three. That cuts it down to 1. 16-15, Buccaneers lead. McClellan blows around. Bohannon, but misses the shot, gets his own rebound. That one short, and Caldwell rebounds for Tennessee.
Last year, that would have been a layup. This year, Stanley Caldwell jumps in front of the guy and cuts him off. Very good defense.
Tennessee trying to go for the lead. Try to dump it in low. I think Bohannon thought Caldwell was going to shoot that one. On a run, they've cut it down to 1, but the Buccaneers still lead the Volunteers. Well, on Sports South, with nearly 200 games to be televised this season, Sports South is your ticket to the best in college basketball. Bob Kessling and Bert Bertelkamp with you today from the Thompson Bowling Arena. Bert, the first half, I think East Tennessee State pretty much has played at its tempo.
They really have. They really have. They've taken the threes we expected them to take, and they pushed the ball up the court. Tennessee's done a good job on the boards. They haven't given them many second shots.
Tennessee's out-rebounded them 16-8. You talked about the three-point shooting. Tennessee is 1 out of 7, and East Tennessee State 3 of 7 this afternoon. That's Randy Dodson with a basketball. Now to Herman. He's been pretty quiet. Now he moves and hits. Off-balance shot. He loves going to his left.
He likes going to his left. He likes going to his left and taking that little floating jump shot.
That was a scouting report. They worked on that shot today, and Herman still hit it. 18-15.
Tennessee's guards have got to take that shot, Bob, right there at the top of the key.
Williams to tie. Nope. Good rebound inside by McClellan, and the Bucks have the lead and the ball. Doggett again moves. There's going to be an illegal pick. Moving screen on Phil Poe. That's his second foul. He was kind of trying to get out of the way, but he was running some interference there and got nailed for it. 7:08 to go first half. 18-15. East Tennessee State leads, and that'll be a shooting foul. And so the Volunteers will go to the line with a chance to slice into the lead, and Shane Carnes will get the shot. There's Alan LaForce, an assistant coach of the Buccaneers, before taking over for Les Robinson, who went to North Carolina State. 14th year as a head coach, Alan LaForce. Caldwell goes back out of the game.
Coach LaForce is a nice fella and an excellent coach. He's built quite a program up there at East Tennessee State.
Taking him to the NCAA tournament twice in his 5 years with the Bucks. Back into the game, Tony Patterson, the starting center, and sitting down is Justin McClellan. Carnes at the line for Tennessee, has a three-point shot to his credit, and now goes to try and make it a one-point game. Hits the first one.
I think Shane Carnes is the man that's going to try to open this zone up a little bit. He's going to have to step up and take that three. He's a very good shooter.
And now a lane violation on Tennessee. Tennessee steps over the line, and so the ball goes back to East Tennessee State with 7:08 to go in the first half. Alan LaForce had an interesting comment this morning at the shoot-around that his offense is way ahead of the defense, and he thinks the defense will come. Nice shot by Patterson, his 5th point, and the Bucks lead by 4 again, 20-16. East Tennessee State played about everybody they brought with them in this first half. Played a lot of folks.
I guess when you play that up-tempo, you got to give people a rest on offense.
Dunk. Trying to get free. Shot clock is down to 10. Aliko Dunk drops it into Bohannon. Carnes open for 3. That's his second three-pointer of the afternoon, 7 on the day.
watch
That's a
him.
one-point game.
You watch him in practice, and he fills it up. He's got to bring it to the game.
Pennington misses the long jumper. Tennessee with a chance to take the lead again. And the ball is thrown away, but it's out of bounds as Doggett can't retrieve it before it goes over the end line. Tennessee will get it back.
I think Shane was a little bit excited on that rebound and wanted to run it. I'm not sure Coach O'Neill wanted that.
And
He's asked for timeout.
Tennessee's taking a 20-second timeout. It's a new element of college basketball on an experimental basis. Each team will get a 20-second timeout per half. The 20-second timeout will not be carried over to the second half. So you got to use it in the first half, and there are no 20-second timeouts in overtime. See the three-point shooting today, Bert. And really both teams off a little bit.
Yeah, they are. And ETSU probably is not happy with 3 for 8. I'd say we'll see a few more. Tennessee may have extended their defense a little bit more than ETSU expected. I think they thought they could get the 3 anytime they wanted, and Tennessee's pushed out a little further.
So Tennessee will have the ball in the inbounds play.
Excellent pass.
Hamer gives Tennessee the lead. Volunteers
Steve's really
back in
working
front.
hard and getting open, and they've got to get him the ball when he's open. They've been waiting a beat too slow.
Patterson brings it down, double, triple team. Still gets it out on the jumper, is no good outside, and a foul on the rebound. Dotson let it fly, and East Tennessee State goes over the back on the board.
Looks like he hung on the rim on that.
Call a foul on Poe. That'll be his 3rd. And so Poe will have to exit. Back in is Corey Johnson. And also going out is Randy Dotson. So Shane Williams at the line. Tennessee's biggest lead of the day has been 4. And now Williams back to the stripe. That one won't stay down. Widdop keeps it alive. Carnes gets it on the baseline. Tennessee leads by 1.
Tennessee's guards have done a good job rebounding today.
Hamer rattles home.
They got to keep going to Steve in the middle. If it's open, they got to get it to him.
Tennessee on a run. That's no good. Look at the putback. Nice play by Robert Doggett.
Those long rebounds sometimes are hard to deal with.
And that's another thing Coach O'Neill said today. Expect the long rebounds. And go get it when it comes off. Williams for 3. Good, strong rebound inside by Justin McClellan. And the Buccaneers have a chance to get the lead back. Doggett working on Carnes.
He feels it.
And Carnes fouled him, reach it in. You're a good streak shooter. When you feel it like that, you want the ball back, don't you?
That's right. That's exactly right. Doggett's got a lot of quickness. You can see here going to the left. Stevie Hamer was there to help. I don't think Carnes really needed to reach in on that play. I don't know where you're going to go when Hamer gets in front of you on that baseline. You're not going to go over him.
Doggett is 75% free throw shooter. Transfer out of Wake Forest. That has added a lot of explosiveness to this team. He's got 8 points. He's had 21 points in the opener against Tennessee State, or their second game against Tennessee State. 19 points in the opener against Eastern Kentucky. And the second one is no good. And the rebound is controlled by Shane Carnes. It's a 23-all tie. 3rd time we've been knotted up today. 4:40 to go in the half.
Excellent pass.
And a holding foul inside. Well, that's where you want it, Bert.
That's right.
Telling him to throw it inside.
He threw it opposite the defense, and that's what you got to do.
Patterson picked up the foul, his 2nd. So the Bucks are starting to accumulate some fouls. Patterson with 2 and Phil Poe with 3. So 2 of their inside players are in a bit of foul trouble. Dunk goes out for Tennessee. Johnson's back in. And now Leslie Brunn is in for the first time as Patterson takes the seat with the 2 fouls.
I think ETSU is going to be a little more comfortable playing more people than Tennessee is. So these fouls probably work in their favor.
Tennessee's got the lead back as Hamer nails it. 24-23 Tennessee. And Steve goes again. Nope. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be Tennessee's ball. Yep, should be Tennessee's. 4:40 remaining in the first half. A 1-point Tennessee lead. Who's ever keeping track of the minutes played today is probably having a nightmare because they've been running players in and out. Tennessee on top by 1. 4.5 minutes to go in the half. Shane Williams passed up a 3. Bohannon will take a long jumper outside and hit it. He's got pretty good range for a big guy.
He really does. He's worked a lot on his shot. He used to shoot it kind of flat. Now he's putting some arch on it.
Pennington, standstill shooter they call him. He misses that one. 2 of 3 today for him now. And Tennessee with the ball in a 3-point lead. 4 minutes to go in the half. Bert, do you think Tennessee's going to see a lot of this type defense this year?
I think they're going to see a lot of zone, and I think they know it. But I think they can handle it. They just got to get the confidence.
Williams a good steal.
They can hit the shots.
You know, we talk about players in and out of the lineup. One guy you won't see leave is Shane Williams.
No, you won't. He's a heady player, and he can hit that shot. He's got a good stroke.
Kevin O'Neill said he wants Shane Williams to play 40 minutes every single game. The only reason he didn't do so last time was because he got in the foul problem. Tennessee has come back. The Volunteers are trailing and now lead East Tennessee State by 3. And Tennessee's favorite expressions right now, attack the basket. They've been trying to do that.
They sure has. Damon Johnson likes to go to the bucket. He really does, and he's good at it.
26-23, Tennessee leads. East Tennessee State at a 5-point advantage at one point, and the Volunteers went on a 7-0 run to grab the lead back 23-20. Bob Kessling, Bert Bertelkamp with you today from the Thompson Bowling Arena. Our next telecast on UTV will be on Tuesday night when the top-ranked Tennessee Lady Vols play Purdue here in the arena. 7 o'clock is their broadcast time. Lady Vols, by the way, on the road tonight. They're playing at Maryland. That's a 7 o'clock Eastern time tip-off this evening against the Terrapins. Corey Johnson lets her fly out of the timeout and drills at a 2.
Here's another guy likes to shoot going to his left, Corey Johnson.
That's a mark of a good coach, too. After a timeout, you come out and get a clear shot to the basket and nail the jumper.
That's right.
1-point game. Johnson misses outside. On the rebound is Jeff Hermans. So the Bucks have a chance to get the lead back. Corey Johnson. That's a 2. Battle for the boards and pushing off inside Leslie Brunn. Oh, Bohannon got great position.
He really did. He did a great job blocking that, and I think they've been concentrating that on this year. You can see as the ball comes off, Bohannon's not only going for the ball, but he's going to put his body on Brunn, and that's what you got to do to be a good rebounder.
So Bohannon goes to the stripe. 4 out of 6 today from there. Tennessee has a team 6 out of 10.
He's played great so far. He really has. He could be a real force for Tennessee this year.
He, of course, sat out last year during his transfer season, so just practiced and went to head-to-head against Tamer every day in practice. And sometimes, Bert, when you got to sit out those redshirt years, it's kind of hard to keep your intensity up. And Bohannon just come out with a lot of enthusiasm and has really tried hard, I think.
Well, I think if you don't have your intensity up with Coach O'Neill, you go home.
That's exactly right.
He's got a good body. He's big and strong. He's an athlete. You can tell by looking at him. He's just got to turn into a better basketball player and work on his skills. But he's got a lot to offer.
Both teams have hit 9 field goals in the game. Both teams shooting right around 35%. And now another foul on Brunn. Away from the ball, an illegal pick. His second foul within 10 seconds. And we'll walk to the other end to shoot. 26-25, Tennessee on top. Glad you're with us on a Sunday afternoon.
A lot of whistle blowing today, Bob.
That's 11 fouls on East Tennessee State. Bohannon back to the stripe. 4 out of 8 there today. Well, he's getting some practice. That's 3 in a row he's missed.
He looked a little stiff on that one. He needs to bend his knees.
That looks better. And Bohannon gets his 7th point. 2-point Tennessee lead, 27-25. Under 3 minutes to go on the half. Johnson blows around everybody but can't finish. Caldwell yanks off a rebound.
Johnson's very quick. There's a skip to the corner.
Damon Johnson penetrates and scores. 4-point Tennessee lead, 4 points for Johnson in the game.
Damon's more comfortable shooting off the dribble than he is stand still.
Matches Tennessee's biggest lead. And jumper is no good by Herman, and Bohannon, nice position inside.
Excellent position. He's got his hands up, too.
Williams for three out front.
There it is.
That's 5 for Williams. And Tennessee has its biggest lead, 32-25. Tennessee on a 6-0 run against the Bucks. Good head fake by Herman. They strip it away. Make that Doggett, I'm sorry. And if it's on Caldwell, that's 3. Another call on Johnson, 4, not 5. Caldwell goes over to talk to Kevin O'Neill, and Kevin Whitted is back into the game. 32-25, 7-point advantage. There's Whitted, same high school as Michael Jordan. And there's Corey Johnson from Savannah, Tennessee.
I think Whitted could be a factor, too, this year. He's just got a ways to go on defense, and I think that's what's holding him back right now.
Doggett with 9. Alenko Dunk back into the game, replacing Damon Johnson. Johnson leaves with 2 fouls and 4 points. Doggett could trim it down to 5, but misses. McClellan active on the boards. The ball knocked out of his hands. McClellan's making things happen.
He really is. Coach O'Neill's after Whitted right now for not boxing out. He chased the ball again. As I said earlier, Coach O'Neill wants him to go put a body on the man, then go after the ball.
Herman. He's been kind of quiet this first half.
Herman has been quiet. Shane Carnes has done a real good job on him.
He's only got 2 points. McClellan goes around Whitted. Bohannon goaltending. Bohannon got there a little bit late.
He got a little bit excited on that.
So the lead is now down to 4 with 1 minute approaching in this first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll have an extended interview with Coach Kevin O'Neill, get his thoughts on the early parts of the season. Williams outside, missed the 3. 40, yeah.
I'm sorry, Bob.
No, 47 seconds to go when they got the ball. They've got to take a shot. They could do it 2 for 1 almost, but they missed it. And out Tennessee, there's really a 2-second differential on the shot clock. And we'll see if the Volunteers hold it. They have a 4-point lead.
They're going for 1. I wouldn't be surprised to see Shane Williams take a shot from the top of the key.
Shot clock at 7. It's at 5, 4, 3. They got to put it up. Whitted launches. Missed everything. And the half will end on the missed shot by Kevin Whitted. Tennessee goes to the... Nope, wait a minute. They're saying it's a shot clock violation because it didn't hit anything. That's a good call by the official. Shot clock violation. And so East Tennessee State will have 2 seconds left. Let's see how much time they put up on the clock. They're conferring right now, but it should be a shot clock violation.
Well, it's got to be 2 seconds then,
right,
Bob.
2 seconds, because there was a 2-second differential. So they're going to put 2 seconds back up on the clock because the shot clock had gone off. Brunn lets it fly, long range, and that'll be the half. 32-28 is our halftime score after they sort things out. The Volunteers trailed by 5 at 12-7, and now they lead by 4 at halftime. We'll talk to UT coach Kevin O'Neill as our halftime activities pick up in Knoxville. Halftime over East Tennessee State is 4, 32-28. Tennessee had an early 4-0 lead, and now they lead by 4 at halftime. Had a chance this week to talk with Kevin O'Neill, Tennessee's basketball coach, about the job ahead of rebuilding this basketball program.
Kevin, you into the season now. Can you kind of assess how this program is going and how it's building for you?
Well, I think we got the first two steps in order. We got the program straightened out off the court. We've had a good early signing. Now it's just day-by-day basketball, which is going to be where we need daily improvement. But I feel like we're headed in the right direction. It's just going to be a matter of time.
You wouldn't have taken this job if you didn't think you could win here. Do you think the program is on a course now and that you got a timetable set up when you can be competitive?
We don't have a timetable per se. We just base everything on daily improvement. But I wouldn't have taken the job if I didn't think I could win. We have all the tools here to win. It's just that people have to realize how far down it got, so it may take a while to win, but we are going to win.
You're one of the labels put on you, a disciplinarian, and this is kind of the 90s where that's not really in vogue. How do you get your guys to react to the fact that you're pretty strict with them?
Well, I'm strict with them. If you call being a disciplinarian, meaning you want them to go to class and do as well as they can, be on time for everything, act like a human being, and play hard on the court during practice and the games, then yes, I am a disciplinarian. But I think we've got into this 90s thing where, you know, the parents control the coaches, everybody else controls the coaches. Why don't the coaches run their own teams and make their own decisions and be fair with the kids? I think I'm very fair, and every one of our players would tell you that. I'm fair, but I demand a lot.
From a recruiting standpoint, do you see a lot of resistance to discipline, or do you just have to recruit a special kid that can play for you?
I think I'm finding that good kids want to be pushed. They want to do well academically. They want to graduate. They want to be in a program where there's structure to some extent. And I'm not a till of the hun. I don't care what guys do with their personal lives as long as they don't embarrass the program, themselves, and their family. And I really don't care what they do as long as they play hard. So I think I'm easier to get along than people think. That's for darn sure.
Are you kind of a tunnel vision guy? I mean, can you just stay focused on the goal straight ahead and block all the other things out around you?
Right. I think I'm good at that. I don't believe that anything will distract me from doing my job. I don't read newspapers. I don't listen to what people say. With all due respect to everybody, I don't care what people say because I know how to get the job done. I think our staff knows how. I think our players feel like they're making some progress. And there's going to be some setbacks, some adversities. You don't take over the worst major college program in the country and hope to not have some adversities and setbacks. We're going to have them, but we are not going to waver.
Kevin O'Neill, very blunt, outspoken. He'll tell you what he thinks. Right now, his team is on top of East Tennessee State, 32-28 here at halftime, and our activities in the break continue from Knoxville in just a moment. In Knoxville, Tennessee on top of East Tennessee State, 32-28 at halftime. Bob Kessing and Bert Bertelkamp with you. Bert, give us your thoughts on the first half.
Well, I thought both teams played really hard, Bob. There was very few turnovers, so I think they played a pretty clean game. There was a lot of fouls. The refs called it fairly closely. Neither team shot very well, so I think that's typical early in the season. But, you know, it's a very competitive game, and both teams are fairly evenly matched.
And one key factor, for at least for East Tennessee State, Jeff Herman, their hot shot guard, has been held to only 2 points in this first half. Back with more halftime comments from the arena. Tennessee leads by 4 over East Tennessee State, and we'll be back in just a moment. State's biggest lead in the first half, 5. Tennessee's biggest lead, 7. It's 4 here at halftime, 32-28. Tennessee over East Tennessee State. Bert, neither team shot very well in the first half. Why is that?
No, they really didn't. It doesn't really surprise me that Tennessee didn't shoot that well because I don't think this early they expect to. But ETSU is known to be a good shooting team. They were shooting 50% on the season, so it does surprise me. And I don't know whether it's playing in this big arena or they're just getting loosened up or what the reason is.
Tennessee's defense?
Yeah, Tennessee's defense definitely could be a big factor in that. Tennessee now, they're getting a lot of good looks at the basket. They're just not making them yet, and they had a similar situation in their first game against Tennessee Tech, so I think it's a matter of confidence and really stepping up there and sticking it.
And one key thing for Tennessee, they're not allowing East Tennessee State second shots.
That's right. They're doing an excellent job blocking out, and I think you can attribute that to Coach O'Neill's practice. I mean, they work on boxing out, and they're doing it.
Tennessee out rebounding East Tennessee State 27-16 here at halftime, and also turnovers pretty much even, 9-8. You look at the field goal shooting. Tennessee shooting 37% from the field, and East Tennessee State 34% At the line, the Volunteers a flat 50%, East Tennessee State 71%. Saw the rebounding edge. And then three-point shooting, Tennessee 3 of 13. The Volunteers, though, started out, they missed their first 6, so they've started to get it going a little bit. So that means they've hit 3 out of the last 7.
Yeah, they hit a couple there, and I think that got them back in the game. But the three-pointer is there for them, particularly on the wings and at the top of the key. So I think they're going to definitely have to make those in this game and then throughout the rest of the season.
One thing Tennessee worked on also at the shoot-around this morning, the dribble penetration. So when East Tennessee State starts to try and penetrate and kick it back out, they're shutting that off.
They really are shutting that off. And again, that's Coach O'Neill's defensive influence. And when a guy drives by another guy, it's a team game, and they step up there and cut the guy off. So that's the reason. It's a good help.
Edric Bohannon has 7, Shane Carnes has 7, and Steve Hamer has 7 to lead Tennessee. And Robert Doggett leads East Tennessee State with 9 for the Bucks. Both teams back out on the floor. Second half coming up. Tennessee and East Tennessee State in just a moment. Halftime, second half just about set to go. Here's the scoring in the first half. Edric Bohannon with 7, Damon Johnson with 4, Stanley Caldwell with 2, Shane Carnes with 7, Shane Williams with 5, and Steve Hamer with 7. For East Tennessee State, Andy Pennington with 3, Tony Patterson with 5, Corey Johnson with 5, Jeff Herman only 2 points. He's averaging 18 a game. Justin McClellan with 4, Robert Doggett with 9, and that's the scoring for the Buccaneers. Bucks will have it first as we start things in the second half. And East Tennessee State down by 4. Williams, Caldwell, Damon Johnson, Steve Hamer, and Carnes will start for Tennessee.
Bob, I look for Caldwell to step up and do something early here to start the second half.
Boy, Carnes has done a nice job on Herman, too.
Excellent job. Excellent job. But Herman's not forced anything. He's playing within the framework of their offense. Excellent cut there by Patterson.
Missed the shot. Hamer gets the rebound. And Patterson's slow getting up at the other end. Hamer's open. He'll take the 17-footer. No good. Battle for the boards, and Caldwell runs it down. Tennessee leads by 4. Neither team has scored here second half. Damon Johnson gets it. Found the seam.
That middle's open. That really is. The shot in the middle and the penetration in the middle's open.
Tennessee with a 6-point advantage, 34-28.
Tennessee looks like, now they're staying man. Thought they were going into a little zone.
Good cut down low. Reverse layup. Nicely done by Doggett.
Damon turned his head, and the ball went right past it.
34-30. Bucks hanging around, down 4.
Damon will see that on tape this week, I can assure you.
Shane Carnes explodes to the basket. Can't finish. Hamer keeping it alive. And finally taken out of there by Doggett.
I think they got to keep going to the middle like they've been doing.
Patterson trying to force it over Hamer. It won't go. And Carnes picks up the loose ball.
Good pass.
Caldwell with the left hand. That won't finish. And Patterson rebounds. Well, both teams have run their offense. They just haven't finished the shot.
That's right. They're just not finishing. They're not concentrating the ball into the basket.
Cross-court pass, and the jumper from the corner rolls off. Hamer gets the rebound as Doggett missed it. You know, Herman is just completely out of the game offensively.
He really is.
He's not even looking for his shot. Hamer will take another 15-footer and hit it. .36-30, and the Buccaneers want to talk about it. Alan LaForce not at all happy with the Buccaneers' defense early in this second half. Tennessee led by 4 at halftime, and now the lead is 6. Tennessee over East Tennessee State. Lead on the big guys. Soft touch outside.
He really does have a good touch.
Nicely done. Hamer picks up his 9th point of the afternoon, and Tennessee leads by 6. Alan LaForest had a little heart-to-heart with his troops during the timeout.
That's a good call, Bob. I think he got on them a little bit. They've come out a little bit invigorated.
Patterson going to work on Hamer, can't get in. Herman was open, they missed it.
Oh!
Yep, there's the call. A little late whistle, but Corey Johnson went up, lost it, and came down. That's a travel. You're watching University of Tennessee basketball on Sports South. With nearly 200 games to be televised this season, Sports South is your ticket to the best in college basketball. 6-point Tennessee advantage as the Volunteers bring it up. 16:42 to go in the contest. And now away from the ball. They're going to call a pushing foul on Patterson, I believe, down low on Hamer. That's 3.
Well, it's obvious they're very concerned with Hamer inside because they can just lob it in there, so he's trying to push him out.
David Johnson goes to the baseline.
Good ball movement.
Yeah, that's nice. David Johnson finishes with 8.
Excellent ball movement coupled with penetration to get you a good shot every time.
Tennessee's biggest lead of the game, 8 points. East Tennessee State's got to somehow find an answer. Herman, nope. Hamer rebounds. Herman now 1 of 5 for the game. Williams for 3. His second three-pointer of the day. He's got 6, and now suddenly the lead has exploded out to 11. And East Tennessee State wants a 22nd timeout. So they've used 1 timeout, and now a 22nd as they're trying to stop the bleeding a little bit. Tennessee now really in sync offensively.
I think they really are. Shane Williams hitting that shot's got to be a big boost to his confidence. If he can continue to do that, it'll open up the inside a lot.
He missed his only 2 three-pointers in the first game against Tennessee Tech, and now he's come out. His only buckets this game have been three-pointers, 2 of them.
You can see he gets good and square to the bucket. He's got a nice stroke, good rotation on the ball. There's no reason he can't be a scorer for Tennessee.
Shane Williams, a junior college transfer out of northeastern Oklahoma A&M. Of course, he was a high school teammate of Damon Johnson up at Science Hill. They played for George Pitts up there. Kevin O'Neill says he has a lot of respect for the job. George Pitts does. He's one of the outstanding high school coaches in the country.
He's a fine coach. There's no question about it. Year in and year out, Science Hill's always in there.
And Shane Williams knocks the ball out of bounds. A steal as the ball went off the foot of Corey Johnson. And now Johnson immediately is taken out of the game, and Randy Dotson is in. I mean, Carnes has made life, and Williams has made life miserable for the entire Buccaneer team almost. Carnes for 3. They're ripping them.
You can almost see these guys coming together, Bob. You really can.
That's 3 three-pointers for Carnes. It's a 14-point Tennessee lead.
They're active on both ends of the floor.
And McClellan goes in against Hamer. And Hamer picks up his 3rd foul. Tennessee on an 8-0 run thanks to the three-point shooting of Shane Carnes and Shane Williams. Andy Pennington is back into the game, and Herman now takes a seat. He's really been a frustrated individual today. Look at his face. Looks like he's been running through mazes all day long.
He has.
Yep.
The Shane maze.
Yeah, he gets rid of one Shane and runs into another one. McClellan at the stripe. 4 points on the afternoon. It has not been a pretty half for the Buccaneers. They've only scored 2 points so far. And Tennessee 6 of 9 from the field in the second half. That looked better, and McClellan picks up his 5th point. And now the Buccaneers pick it up a little bit defensively. But Bert, Coach LaForce was telling us today that's been one of the problems on this team, getting it to play hard defensively.
Yeah, he really wasn't happy at all with their defense.
Not very good defense that time either. Hamer gets the bucket. Doggett goes in. That's an offensive foul. They're out of control right now a little bit.
They're definitely frustrated. As you can see,
Doggett just goes in and runs over Stanley Caldwell.
Stanley had real good position on that.
15 minutes to go. Tennessee trying to increase the lead. It was 4 at halftime, and now it's 15.
ETSU's.
Hamer got fouled that time.
You can tell, Bob, they are frustrated. You can tell by looking in their eyes. They're not sure exactly what they want to do. Right here, the Tennessee gets the ball right where they want to get it, and he just chomps down on Steve's head.
So Poe picked up the foul, and that'll be his 4th. So Poe will exit. And the Buccaneers will get Titus Sheldon into the game. 6'5" freshman out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. Hamer short on the free toss. He's going to get plenty of chances to shoot free throws. He's got to do a better job.
He really is. He's got to get up there and get set. And again, these big guys got to bend their knees. They get real stiff up there sometimes.
Hamer 1 for 3 this afternoon at the stripe. Nails that one. He's got 12 points on the afternoon. And now out of the game goes Doggett, and back in for the Bucks comes Junior Floyd. Well, East Tennessee State needs a run right now, don't they, Bert?
They really do, and Tennessee's putting the pressure on them. I think they're going for the kill. The next few minutes are going to determine a lot on how this game ends up.
McClellan kicks it back out. Pennington missed that one, a little flat on the shot. Hamer got the rebound. Shane Williams is going to be held. And the foul is going to be on Justin McClellan. That's his first. 3rd team foul on East Tennessee State. Not a shooting foul. Make that 4th team foul. Not a shooting foul, and so the Volunteers will bring it inside front court, leading in the game by 16. Ooh, almost had the back door. The ball was just deflected. Good defense, but David Johnson will have a slam.
Yeah, I think they've done that before, growing up together. You can tell. I never saw him call a play.
No, a little eye contact.
Little eye contact. Shane Williams is really a heady guard, though. You can tell he knows exactly what he's doing. He doesn't force anything.
Williams drills another one. He's got 8.
He's growing up a lot today.
18-point Tennessee lead. Tennessee on a 15-1 run right now. Williams went for the steal and picked up his 2nd foul. Of all the guys they've rotated in and out, Williams had been one of them.
This is a prime example of not moving your feet and trying to go from behind, and he'll hear about that from Coach O'Neal.
2nd foul on Williams. 2nd team foul on Tennessee in the half. 13:50 remaining in the game, and Tennessee up by 18. Pennington. McClellan passed up the three-pointer and hits it.
Nice move by McClellan. He likes to take it to the bucket.
I was going to say, pass up a wide-open three-pointer to take a difficult shot that time. McClellan, though, 1 of 3 at three-point range on the season. He got the bucket to go, and that's what counts. 49-33, Tennessee in front.
ETSU's man-to-man. Tennessee ought to be really exploited inside, as they did right there.
Hamer got pounded.
I don't think they can match up with his man-to-man.
McClellan picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd, and Hamer goes back to the strike.
Tennessee's able to look inside right here to Stevie Hamer. He's just got too much size for ETSU's inside people.
Well, McClellan got his money's worth, didn't he?
He really did.
Aliko Dunk comes in, and Damon Johnson sits down. Hamer looking for point number 13. He leads Tennessee in scoring. A little short on that one.
Pulled the string.
The 1992 Mr. Basketball in the state of Tennessee. Hamer gets the 2nd one to go.
If his knees hold up, he should have a great year this year.
17-point advantage for the Volunteers. McClellan in all kinds of trouble, and a foul is called, a reach-in. McClellan had nowhere to go down low, and Tennessee bailed him out. The foul will be on Shane Carnes. That will be his 3rd foul. So the 2 Tennessee guards, Williams has 2 and Carnes has 3, and David Johnson back into the game.
If the ball goes inside against Tennessee, you can bet they're going to swarm it.
Doggett tries to go all the way through, does so, drops it off to Shelton, and Shelton runs out of room, 3-second violation. It looks like East Tennessee State's just trying to do too much one-on-one stuff right now.
And they really are. They're out of sync, and they're not running their plays. They're just frustrated.
But Tennessee's defense has been very solid all game long.
And they're playing a little full-court pressure now, man-to-man. Look for Tennessee to get it inside.
They're trying to front Hamer down low. McClellan's in front of him. Williams is patient, waits till he pops open, and there's the foul on McClellan. They just waited and waited and waited, and finally Hamer got the call.
That's right. Steve keeps working. It's going to be coming his way. That's Coach O'Neill's philosophy on offense. Get it inside.
Hamer leaves and gets a nice hand from the crowd. 13 points for Steve. And Edric Bohannon is back into the game. 50-33. Tennessee leads by 17. The advantage at halftime was only 4. So Tennessee's played very, very well the first 7 minutes of the second half. Bohannon.
Nice cut.
Stanley Caldwell got fouled.
Excellent cut by Stanley. An excellent look by Ettrick. As you can see, Ettrick looks right over his shoulder, and Stanley's cutting right down the gut. That's usually there a lot.
Foul is on Pennington, his first. You know, Caldwell is just a guy, if you just sit in the stands, just watch Caldwell play. I mean, he knows how to play without the basketball.
He really does. And he's always had a nose for the ball. He's a good passer. He's a good offensive rebounder.
In fact, he's one of the few guys that Kevin O'Neill keeps telling him to shoot. They keep encouraging him to shoot because he'd rather pass it sometimes than shoot it. Numbers again solid today. 4 points. But he's got a bunch of rebounds and had his hands on lots of loose balls. Tennessee leads by 19. Pennington. That's his second three. Now Alinko Dunk goes to the point position and kicks it over to Williams. Dunk. Working against Pennington, now to Bohannon. Edrick takes a 15-footer way short. Caldwell, there he is. Oh. Bohannon misses the putback, and the Bucks get the ball. Bert, they've got some firepower, so this game isn't over.
That's right, they sure do. They can come back. It'll be interesting to see how Tennessee, if they can maintain this intensity. They've gotten out of their offense now, though. They're just trying to penetrate and make something happen. I'm not...
Doggett a bomb, just barely grazed iron out of bounds. Alan LaForce, not a happy camper after that one. And East Tennessee State will have another timeout. 11-16. Tennessee has taken full control of this thing here in the second half. He's played extremely well in the second half, hit 8 of 14 shots from the field, 57%, and increasing this lead. Now it's at 16. It was 19 a moment ago. Our next telecast on UTV of Tennessee's men's basketball will be on December the 31st at 2 o'clock here in the arena as Tennessee takes on Furman. Be sure to also join us on Tuesday night when the top-ranked Tennessee Lady Vols take on the Purdue Boilermaker. You can see both of those games right here on Sports South and the UTV network. Bob Kessling and Bert Bertelkamp with you. 11 minutes to go in the game, and Tennessee leads it by 16. Lob pass, give and go, nobody's going. And the ball steals out of bounds.
ETSU played good defense on that play.
Titus Shelton was in there defensively. And now the Bucks would like to get a couple of three-point bombs to get back in it, but they're just going one-on-one. Doggett gets the foul. Bert, you're not going to beat a Tennessee team doing this, I don't think.
No, you really aren't. Doggett's trying to do it himself, and I don't know. I'm sure that's not the game plan. He can create a lot, but I don't think he can one-on-3 or one-on-4 from right in front of the basket. Tennessee's too solid defensively.
At the line goes Robert Doggett. And he gets that one to fall. He's been bothered by a bad ankle. In fact, he re-injured it during the warm-ups the other night against Lee's McRae. The Buccaneers beat Eastern Kentucky in their first game, then lost to Tennessee State 96-79. Came back and beat Lee's McRae the other night 82-66.
Here we got a little 2-1-2
92-66.
zone press. Tennessee handled pretty well.
It's a 14-point game.
They're dropping man.
Aliko Dunk is now playing point guard. He will be the backup to Shane Williams, so they're trying to get him some minutes there. And he's stripped of the ball. Here come the Bucks. Floyd pulls up for three. And he goes and gets the rebound and scores.
That's just hustle right there.
Yep. Tennessee didn't box him out, and Floyd able to get the putback. Still, the key stat for the Buccaneers, their leading scorer, Jeff Herman, has only 2 points in the game, and he's only taken 5 shots. That's a 10-second call as Tennessee doesn't get it over the line. So now suddenly the Bucks on a 7-0 run, and they've sliced the 19-point lead down to 12 with 10:07 to go. And a three-pointer here could really make it interesting, and Kevin O'Neal knows that. Doggett gets pushed. Dunk on the foul, the hand check. That'll be the 5th team foul on Tennessee, so they're 2 away from the Buccaneers shooting. Bert, they've basically gone to, what, 4 guards and a forward?
That's right, and they're giving the ball to Doggett and telling him to make something happen. The middle is wide open. There's no one even inside the three-point lane till now.
That's a tough shot. Hamer battling down low. It's saved by the Buccaneers. Shelton clears it out to Pennington. Fresh 35-second shot clock.
I mean, there is no one anywhere near the paint. They've spread the floor completely.
McClellan takes it right into the basket. Charge. 4 fouls on McClellan, and Damon Johnson took the charge.
I don't know how many charges Tennessee's drawn today, but that's a point of influence in practice. You can see here McClellan gets a little out of control, and Damon jumps right in there. That shows a lot of toughness to do that.
35 seconds this year on the shot clock. They've whittled it down. It started at 45 and now down to 35. So the offenses have to really kind of get in gear a little quicker. And really, Bert, what will that do? Just keep you from running your offense one more time before you shoot it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it'll be that much of a factor. Teams that press sometimes can slow you down and keep you from getting it up the court as quick. That might have an effect.
Doggett, that's a block. And Carnes picks up the foul. That will be 4th foul on Carnes.
Doggett's pushing it to him and trying to make something happen. He's forcing the issue. Carnes was moving a little bit on that one. You don't get that call when you're not square.
Tennessee now calls for a timeout. Foul problems with Carnes, and East Tennessee State on a run. They've cut the 19-point lead down to 12. Point lead, and now East Tennessee State on a run. They cut it to 12 and have a chance to slice it down even more. This telecast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the University of Tennessee through Host Communications solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any publication or rebroadcast or other use without the express consent of the University of Tennessee and Host Communications is prohibited. The announcers for the broadcast are employees of Host Communications and have been selected with the approval of the University of Tennessee. We're at 9 minutes. The lead is 12 for Tennessee. Doggett, he's controlled it most of the time. Out to McClellan. No good this time. Loose rebound is knocked out of bounds.
It looked like Johnson knocked it off ETSU and it came right back and hit him. Tennessee may have gotten away with one right there.
Phil Robinson is the new official. David Dodge, the veteran, and Dodge overrules him.
Johnson throws it against Floyd, and it's right back on Johnson. I thought that's what happened.
Yep. In fact, right away, Junior Floyd knew what happened. Doggett for 3. And now the Buck fans have been pretty quiet. They're mostly in the upper deck. They're starting to make some noise. It's a 10-0 run for East Tennessee State, and it's down to a 9-point advantage for Tennessee. Williams for three.
Big bucket for Williams. Big bucket.
He got 16 in the game now. Let's make that 11. Check that. That's 11. And three three-pointers for him. Pennington for three.
That's ETSU's offense right now. Give it to Doggett, let him penetrate and kick it out for the threes. And it's worked the last couple times.
Hey, these final 10 minutes might be interesting.
I think they will. ETSU's, they're too well coached to give up. I promise you that.
They really hit a lull spot there to start the second half, and now they look much more alert. Hamer the lob. Hamer finishes it.
You can attribute that play to a lot of maturity and a lot more strength than he had last year. He took a couple pretty good licks there, kept his balance, took his time, and went up and slammed it.
Yeah, he might have fallen down last year.
He sure might have.
11-point lead. The crowd's into it. Doggett fires again. 18 for him. It's a 2-point shot. 9-point lead.
Doggett's competitive.
He likes to shoot it, doesn't he? Win it. That's his first bucket.
That middle's wide open for Kevin if he gets it.
So now the teams are trading buckets. Doggett going to the basket and is held. And the foul is going to be on Shane Williams. That'll be his third.
Tennessee's continuing to pressure Doggett as quick as he is. That's going to be difficult.
Yeah, both teams now have drilled 6 three-pointers on the afternoon.
As you can see here, Doggett's he's going to the bucket. Another reach in.
Yeah, I was going to say the second time that's happened to Shane Williams, and he got caught both times.
The refs will call that reach in most of the time, whether you hit him or not. Yeah. It just looks like a foul.
Tony Patterson back into the game. And Titus Shelton, the freshman, goes out. Big free throws here for ETSU. Could cut the lead back under 10. Doggett's got 19. That's 4 above his average. He's been their most consistent scorer, and they're still trying to get Jeff Herman off the slide today. Herman's only scored twice. With 2 points, I should say. Doggett's got 20 on the afternoon. Alan LaForest has kept his team in this thing. It's now a 9-point basketball game. Clock ticking. They got to get it over. Just does.
Look, Stevie.
Ball knocked away, and it's out of bounds. Damon Johnson dribbled the ball on the end line. And now the Buccaneers get it back with 7:02 to go. This thing has changed in a heartbeat, hasn't it?
It really has. On both ends of the floor. ETSU went into that man-to-man, and it kind of changed their outlook. It revved them up a little bit. You could tell they don't like playing that 2-3 zone.
And Doggett has taken over.
Doggett loves this offense.
Doggett for 3, no good. Patterson battling on the boards, and Williams comes out of there with it. Big rebound for Tennessee. And a big miss for ETSU. Whistle and an offensive foul on Steve Hamer.
They got him.
And that is 3 on Hamer. More importantly, it puts the Bucks back at the free throw line.
With the clock stopped.
59-50. Tennessee led at 1 point in this half, 52-33. And now they're trying to figure out who was shooting. Pennington tried to step up there and take the shots. And now it's Patterson going up there. They tried the old switcheroony that time.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Well, Patterson's only a 38% free throw shooter. Pennington is about an 80% free throw shooter. But the officials caught him. So the lead stays at 9. Aliko dunk. Now to Hamer. Bert, you're right. The defense has kind of made East Tennessee State more alert.
I think it has. They look to be pretty good man-to-man.
Williams, he went up and down. Great defense that time by Doggett. Williams had nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. And you can't leave the ground unless you have a shot. You really can't. That's a fundamental thing. And
And he knew the shot clock was rolling down. It's either a turnover or he's got to jack it up. Tennessee now with 15 turnovers in the game. Another big possession for the Bucks. Backdoor cut. Reverse layup. Good. Nice move by McClellan. And he's got 9.
Tennessee may need a timeout. I'm not sure they know exactly what they need to do. Coach O'Neill may let them just play through it.
They're going to get Carnes back into the game. That's one of the reasons that ETSU has gotten back into the game. They've missed the defense of Shane Carnes out there. Caldwell. Now to Dunk. Dunk finds the opening. Now a whistle and a holding foul before the shot. East Tennessee State's over the limit, so it'll be a shooting foul. I think they called the foul on Patterson, and they did. That's his 4th. 5:18 to go in the game. 59-52 Tennessee. Carnes back in, and Johnson takes a seat. Everybody's gotten a blow for Tennessee with the exception of Shane Williams.
And like you said earlier, he's not going to come out unless he gets hurt or gets in foul trouble. They've got to have him in the game. And these free throws are going to be very important from here on in, I promise you.
Hamer, 16 on the day. Hamer, 4 of 7 at the stripe.
When you get tired is when they really get a little tougher to make. You got to concentrate more. He nailed both of them.
Good job that time by Hamer. It's a 9-point lead again. Al LaForest working the rookie official over there. Backdoor cut again. McClellan scores and he's fouled. They went to work inside on Tennessee's defense.
They really did. It looked like they got a real nice back cut. I think you'll see a nice back cut on the baseline, and the man got open for a layup.
You think Dunk got lost?
I think Dunk got lost. And then he compounded it by fouling. In that situation, you either got to really almost tackle the guy or let him have the layup.
McClellan, averaging only 3 points a game, now has 11, now has 12 this afternoon. And now it's a 6-point game, 61-55. The Bucks down by 19 at 1 point in the half. Now only down by 2 3-pointers. Under 5 minutes to play. Tennessee with his 3-guard offense. And Dunk drops it inside, knocked away, gets it back, and a foul. A reach in on Doggett. That's his second. Doggett better watch it. Gerald Boudreau will tee him up in a heartbeat. Second foul on Doggett. Attendance today paid 14,840. And the turnstile count 10,159. There's Aliko Dunk. He missed that one badly. That one looked like it slipped off his hand.
And he's tight. He shot one earlier in the first half. It was off the backboard from the top of the key, and then he missed that badly. He's a good shooter. I've seen him in practice. He's a little nervous.
And he missed them both. Now it really gets interesting. The Buccaneers trying to mount a comeback. They're looking for the backdoor cut again.
They are. They're running this pattern. I think they call it the flex.
Pennington for 3, no good. Caldwell rebounds. 6-point game. 4:24 remaining. Aliko Dunk. Hamer tips it up and in. I think Patterson got a hand on it.
That's not the shot they wanted from the top of the key, but Stevie did a good job on the board.
Patterson missed everything. Tried to beat him back down the floor. 63-55 Tennessee.
With Dunk in the game, I'm not sure who the point guard is. I believe it's an interchangeable situation where any of the 3 could be it. Carnes, Dunk, or Williams.
Although the 3-guard offense is by design, there's a pushing foul down low, and it's going to be on Phil Poe, and he's out of the game. 5th foul on Poe. But that's O'Neill's style. I mean, it doesn't matter what type of talent he's got. He wants to play 3 guards.
Yeah, he really does. And 2 inside players and everybody moving constantly.
So East Tennessee State has lost Phil Poe. He is fouled out of the game. And now the Buccaneers have a minute to get the sub into the game. They pulled Jeff Herman off the bench. Let's see if they go with him. That was really, I think East Tennessee State was in a bit of shock because Herman just couldn't get any shots off against Shane Kearns. And now they decide to keep Herman on the bench, and they will go with Junior Floyd. So Poe will leave. Phil didn't score in the game today.
He played hard, though.
Yep. Tennessee had a 19-point lead at the 12:38 mark. Now at 3:38, it is down to 8. It was down to 6. Caldwell, money in the bank.
These free throws are big. They get bigger and bigger as the clock rolls.
Tennessee's leading offensive rebounder last year and a key on the boards for him this year as well. Caldwell hits them both. 2 big free throws. It's a 6-point performance for Stanley Caldwell, and the lead back is up to 10. 3:38 remaining. Tennessee trying to hold off this charge by ETSU. Tennessee State Buccaneer cheerleaders hoping their team still has some time to pull off the upset. Our next telecast of Tennessee men's basketball on the UTV network comes your way on December the 31st at 2 o'clock when the Volunteers take on Furman here at the Thompson Bowling Arena. And be sure to join us on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern when the top-ranked Tennessee Lady Vols take on the Purdue Boilermakers. You can see both of those games here on the UTV network and Sports South. This reminder, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time, Vol Calls on the Vol Radio Network. Mike Keith will join me. We'll take your phone calls throughout the Southeast and the country. Kevin O'Neill will be there to take your phone calls as well and talk Tennessee basketball. Vol Calls tomorrow night on your Vol Network station. Bert, what does ETSU do now? Do they go to the three-pointer, you think, down 10?
I think they keep doing what they're doing and hope they can stop Tennessee on their end. And I think for sure they're going to stay with the 3.
Yeah, that's a good guess right there. Jiminy Christmas, Doggett. That was a 30-foot shot.
Yeah, that was an NBA there.
7-point game. Carnes in trouble.
Somebody's flag.
And they knock it away, but it's picked up by Bohannon. Caldwell, big 3.
Big bucket. I'm not sure where the shot clock was, but that's one of those, oh, no. Good shot, Stanley.
I tell you what, he's a money player, isn't
he? He is. He's kind of emerging, him and Hamer, which isn't a surprise, but Stanley's emerging as a leader. He's a good player.
Again, a 10-point advantage as they've traded threes.
McClellan's going to the hole with it.
He lost it going up, and they called the foul. I'm not sure anybody hit him. I think he lost it going up.
He was out of control. You can see here he spins, and he's completely out of control. I didn't see a foul either.
I think he just lost
the ball.
Where's
the ball?
Up.
He left the ball out front.
Well, they called a foul on Damon Johnson. That's his 4th. I guess they might have gotten him. He might have pushed before he did the spin move. Whatever. McClellan goes to the line. He's had a good day offensively with 12. And just got the roll. A 2-shot foul. Tennessee now is at 10 team fouls, and so is ETSU. So both teams will shoot 2 the rest of the way. Lead is 9, and McClellan could cut it down to 8. Doesn't. And Williams gets the rebound.
ETSU's gotten some good play off the bench today.
You know, Williams has got 6 rebounds in the game. Carnes. Tennessee going to use the clock a little bit. It's down to 2:30. Shot clock at 18. Williams, hanging shot. 13 for Shane, 11-point Tennessee lead. Herman's back into the game. There's a bomb. Boy,
is there a difference in a 3 and a deep 3?
that
was a deep 3.
Yeah. You got to worry about the curvature of the earth when you get out that far, don't you? 8-point Tennessee lead. Caldwell is open. Dumps it
Great
down
pass.
low.
Great pass.
Bohannon is fouled. Foul is on Doggett. You know, Stanley just sees the floor so well. I mean, you watch him and you think, how did you see that was open?
Yeah, right here. He just lobs it right in there to Bohannon, and, you know, the guard comes in and catches the ball on the way up. But Stanley really does see the floor. But he's always been a good passer. He likes to pass. That's part of it.
Edric Bohannon at the line. Good follow through on that one. 8 points for him. And Tennessee could build the lead back to 10. Bohannon nails them both. 9 for Bohannon. And it's 72-62. Bohannon leaves and gets a handshake from Kevin O'Neill. Steve Hamer back into the game, replacing the sophomore out of San Bernardino.
He looks to be a crowd favorite, Bob.
Patterson over Hamer. Gets the roll. 7 for Patterson. 94 seconds to go in the game. Tennessee leads by 8. ETSU has to have a stop here. Ooh, and they got one. Herman for 3. He's been quiet. He's got 5 points. It's a 5-point game. And still lots of time left. Tennessee has to take care of the ball. 17 turnovers for the Volunteers. Now Caldwell and Floyd square off. Foul is on Floyd.
And now's the time Tennessee really has to take care of the ball. They really have to know what they're trying to do. Obviously, they got to hit the free throws, but ETSU's in one of those nothing-to-lose situations. They just come down and fire it up.
Caldwell coming off a 17-point, 14-rebound effort in Tennessee's opening game against Tennessee Tech. Now can go to double figures again. And does so. 4 Tennessee Volunteers in double digits. Caldwell's been a winner throughout his career. He played on 2 state champions in high school in Union City and trying to get Tennessee to a championship level here before he leaves. Shot no good. Door is still open. It's a 6-point game. Doggett. Herman, another 3. Not this time.
Big rebound for Stanley.
Caldwell pulls it off and gets fouled. Floyd pushes it.
He's been involved in just about every play the last few minutes, which doesn't surprise me.
And the Buccaneers had a shot, and now East Tennessee State takes another timeout. According to our records, they've got 1 left, I believe. 51.7 seconds remaining. And Tennessee leads it 73-67. Bert, let's talk about the second half. It's been really interesting. East Tennessee State was totally overwhelmed by Tennessee's defense, and they couldn't get their offense going. Suddenly, they go from that 2-3 zone to man-to-man pressure, and it got them right back in the game.
It really did. It just energized both obviously their defense, but their offense too, and they just started playing harder, and you could tell they liked it more, and made Tennessee work a lot harder. Tennessee started turning the ball over a little bit, but ETSU got back in the game as a result of that good pressure man-to-man defense.
Tennessee for the game now shooting 48%, and that's much better than they were going in the first half. In fact, in the first half, Tennessee was 11 of 30, only 36%. So they have really had a hot shooting second half.
I think Coach O'Neill will take 48 every game and be real happy.
Yep. Tennessee this half is shooting 67% from the field.
That's strong.
Yep. And the Bucks up a little bit too. They're now shooting 42% for the game, and that's after a first half performance of only 34%. At the 3-point range, Tennessee 9 of 25, or I should say 7 of 18. East Tennessee State is 9 of 25. Stanley Caldwell at the line. Missed it. And now it's a 2-point shot, not a 1-and-1.
Stanley's missed 2 in a row. He needs to drill this one.
Bucks hoping to get the ball back in a shot. Caldwell with 11.
Tennessee's extended their defense a little bit here, it looks like.
Doggett. Caldwell's on Doggett now. A little more size. Patterson lost it. Loose ball. Ooh. Herman. A 3 in the air. Good. Herman has 6 quick points. And then it's a 4-point game, and they steal it. Doggett gives it down low. McClellan off balance. Tip no good. Again, Doggett lost it. Going back up with a foul. A wild exchange and flurry under the basket. All keyed by the steal by ETSU.
Yeah, they got a real hard trap. Here McClellan goes up, gets stripped. That's where they called the foul. I'm not sure there wasn't a foul before that, really.
There's a lot of contact. Damon Johnson is fouled out of the game. The foul is on the junior out of Johnson City.
That whole flurry started with a good hard trap over in the corner by ETSU.
Give Alan LaForce some credit. His team was dead and gone, and he's gotten them back into the game. They've got a shot to win it now. They're down 4. They'll shoot 2 free throws, and there's still 25 seconds left to go in the game. I'd like to thank our UTV crew today here at the Thompson Bowling Arena for making the telecast possible. Director Ben Huddleston, Steve Early are here. Skip McMillan, our stat man, and Todd Menhennet, our stage manager. And all the guys in the truck.
I'd like to say thank you too, Bob, for someone who doesn't do this very often. These guys are pros and make it easy for me. I appreciate it.
74-40. Junior Floyd at the line. He's a 60% free throw shooter. And that's right down the middle. It's a 3-point game.
Junior never had a doubt.
Nope. He's a junior college guy out of Hagerstown Junior College. Nephew is Sleepy Floyd. He's wide awake right now.
If he makes this, you're going to see a good, hard zone press.
Pushed it too much. Caldwell rebounds. Caldwell is held and fouled. Had to do it quickly. 74-71.
More free throws for Stanley. He's going to...
Let's give Jeff Herman some credit, too. He's come in and hit 2 big three-pointers down the stretch.
He really has. He could have.
Yep.
He could have sat over there and sulked, and he came in and really contributed.
East Tennessee State now has hit 10 of them on the afternoon. And the Bucks on a 9-2 run again over the last 90 seconds. Caldwell, more big pressure free throws. That's a big one. Caldwell 7 of 9 at the stripe. 12 points on the afternoon. The lead is 4.
They're talking to him a little bit on the line.
Short on that one, but he gets the roll. It's a 5-point game with 23 seconds to go. You got to think they're looking for a 3. Floyd goes to the basket. Off to Patterson, who can't hold on to it. Great look, but Patterson wasn't ready for it. Patterson goes out. Titus comes in for defense. Bucks need a steal.
They jump into their 1-2-1-1. They'll look for a quick trap. Tennessee needs to try to keep it out of the corner if they can.
Dunk. They're going to foul him right away, and Herman picks up his second. Bob Kessling, Bert Bertelkamp with you, and our UTV crew. Could have struggled the second half. Tennessee jumped on East Tennessee State early, built up the 19-point lead. And the Buccaneers, it's been all Bucks, really, the last 7 minutes.
Well, it has, and when you look at it long term, if they hold on and win, it's probably a good experience.
Dunk at the line.
Rather than going ahead and winning by 15 or 20, they've had to weather the storm, and they put a lot of pressure on them, and they made them grow up some.
Dunk hasn't hit a free throw yet. 0 for 3. And now Corey Johnson, another good three-point shooter, comes in, and out will go Justin McClellan. Aliko Dunk looking for his first point of the afternoon. Still, stays down. That's a big point. Now it's a 2-possession game. Here comes Herman. He's going to launch it. Hit it. And a timeout. Last timeout for ETSU. Herman has 9 points in the last 3 minutes.
We shouldn't have said anything about Herman being quiet, should we?
We woke him up, didn't we? Holy smokes. So 11 points for Herman. Now, what are the options the ETSU coaching staff has? They basically go for the steal, and they've got a foul right away.
That's it. You know, they'll try to get that quick trap, and they don't really have a chance to do anything but foul. Hopefully, looking at ETSU, they'll try to deny Tennessee's better foul shooters the ball. Tennessee will probably try to inbound it to Shane Williams or Shane Carnes. They'd probably like Dunk to get it. If he gets it, they'll foul immediately. That's really all they can do at this point. Hope Tennessee misses.
You see the rest of the folks. That made the telecast possible. The Buccaneers gathered about Alan LaForce. He's looking for his 90th win as the head coach of the Bucs today. Coming in, his record 89 wins and 36 losses. Cumberland College graduate. They've shot some three-pointers now during this season. In fact, ETSU got 14 in the first game, 28 in the second, and 22 attempts in the third game. And now a whistle. And a foul right away. Carnes will have to go to the line and knock down some free throws.
They got it to the man, him or Shane Williams, is who they're trying to get it into. Coach O'Neill works in little mini timeouts, I've noticed, through the course of the game.
He's having one at the present time, instructing the troops on what he expects the last 7.7 seconds. One thing about O'Neill, and Bert, we've been to a couple practices this week. You've been to other ones too. He's a teacher first, I think.
He really is, and he explains what he wants them to do, and he's super fair. And I think they respond to him. He gets on them pretty good, but on the other, when they do something good, he praises them. And all you can ask is a coach to be fair, and he's very smart. I've learned a lot myself just watching practice. It's really fun to go.
If he teaches you something, that's really something. That's a compliment.
Well, if I remember it, it's something.
That's the thing. Remember it. That's remembering. Carnes out the line. He fires and hits. They've hit some free throws down the stretch, Bert.
They have. They've done a good job. For a freshman guard to step up and hit both these is quite an accomplishment.
37 free throws Tennessee has shot today. They've hit 23 of them. Carnes again. Hit them both.
Never touched the rim.
That's 12 for Shane Carnes, and now Tennessee wants the timeout. Volunteers have one timeout remaining in a 5-point game. Still, a quick three, and then a foul, so East Tennessee State has some time left. Neither team, well, East Tennessee State's out of timeout. Tennessee has one remaining.
ETSU's going to win a lot of games this year. They got a lot of quickness. When they get into that good full court man-to-man with their ability to play in the open court and shoot the threes, they're going to be tough.
Kevin O'Neill diagramming the last 7.7 seconds remaining. You've got to learn how to win, and I guess that's what Kevin O'Neill's trying to teach his team right now.
He really is. You do have to learn how, and it's been several years since Tennessee did win, and when you get in these close games, you know, that's when you learn it. It's the only place to learn it. Can't learn it in practice.
Tennessee now will pick up full court against the Buccaneers. Tennessee trying to go 2-0. And I think he was out of bounds when he caught it. Corey Johnson was standing out of bounds. And so Tennessee will get it back. Gerald Boudreau makes the call right on top of it. And now Tennessee with a 5-point lead and 3 seconds to go.
So what
Caldwell, the hammer, he's tackled. And Junior Floyd picked up the foul. So it looks like Tennessee, and this is an amazing stat, for the first time in 44